Grace and peace, everyone. This is Charles here with another Midweek Recharge. And this week I want to talk about chores. Yeah, well, kind of. My wife and I are having an interesting conversation. And one of the things that we're trying to work through is the idea, the concept of chores. And not just chores in and of themselves, but how do we help our children appreciate that they're a part of a community, that our home, our physical home, is not just a place that mommy and daddy are responsible for taking care of and maintaining, but that they have a role to play in as well. And so, do you list out a series of very prescriptive and specific chores? And so, you do these things to be a contributing member of the household. And when those things are done, is that it? Or do you try to walk with them side by side and kind of lead them into a growing and evolving understanding of their role and their part to play in the maintenance of and growth of our home? And so I think, reasonably you could just tell sort of by the explanation, we're leaning towards the latter, but that's hard. That's challenging. It's much easier to say, do these things and do them this way, and that's that. And when we think about the covenants that God established with humanity, there's a seduction to the law. It's actually not hard to understand why for many Jewish believers in Jesus, why letting go of the Mosaic law was so hard was because it was easy. I had to do these things. I do these things, and when I do these things, God is happy because God told me to do these things. But God is not looking for mindless drones. God wants relationship, and relationship is challenging, and relationship is tricky. And so the new covenant, the second covenant that came through Jesus, this covenant of grace is ambiguous, and it's abstract, and it's gray, and it's not just not murdering your brother, but it's not having hate in your heart. It's not just violating the covenant of your marital vows, but it's not even looking at another person the way that you would look at your spouse. It's this deeper thing. And so the challenge for you this week is to embrace the hard work of a new and better covenant, to challenge yourself to think about your relationship with God and your relationship with people than more than just these transactional things. That loving God and loving others is more about just doing a list of stuff. It's more about than remembering the 10 commandments. But it's about understanding that there's a larger, trickier, more evolved relationship. And we have to do the hard work of working through that together. Let that be your recharge.